Welcome, my fellow Helldivers, to another episode of the CLOUDPLAYS podcast. I'm joined, as always, by the legendary Dutch Butters.
What's up?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I feel a little weird.
We have
I got these giant things on my head today.
Yeah, we're not used to using headphones.
Where you banned these when we started this podcast. You said
wearing them.
No headphones for this podcast.
I hate wearing headphones.
But we have to wear them today
because
we have to be able to hear the dude, our special guest today, Mr. CLOUDPLAYS.
There we go.
He's over here on the wall.
What's up, sir? How you doing, man?
It's a pleasure. Yeah, I'm good. It's been an interesting month, man. So I'm gassed at the moment.
Yeah,
nice.
It's funny because like we'll be talking about Helldivers, and we've got our fingers on the pulse of the community, and we're always up to date and everything. And there'll be some weeks we'll be like, did anything fucking happen this week?
We have our pulse on our community,
yeah,
which is made up mostly of people that have been banned from the official Discord community. So it's
a lot of people. Man.
Yeah, it's a little weird in there sometimes. It's like
it's a bunch of disgruntled employees.
Yeah. That's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So don't forget, guys, if you would like to hang out with some like-minded Helldivers who have also been banned from the official Discord, go to saltynerddiscord.com. We have over 1,000 members at this point. It's been a fantastic community to grow. We also have areas set up for Ghost Recon. I'm probably going to start one for KCD2 when that comes out in February. I'm jazzed for that game.
Space Marines 2.
Space Marines 2. We have an area for that. Dark Tide, all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
So head over to saltynerddiscord.com. And we are now officially friends with our guest here on Discord. So maybe he'll pop in there too one day. That'd be cool. 100%. The first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the big flashy news that even my wife sent me a text message this morning. She said, "Did you know about this?" There is Sony has officially announced that they are working on a Helldivers movie, which is possibly the coolest freaking thing I've heard in a long time. Also has the biggest potential to be a total piece of shit.
Yes, this is true.
Big time.
Yeah, we've been plugged into the movie theme for a long time. Sony's not the best at making movies.
I have thoughts, but I want to hear what Cloud has to say.
Yeah, let's hear what Cloud has to say first. Go ahead, man.
I'm on the fence big time. I'm really excited for it because it's going to be one of those where it is either a ginormous hit or an absolute miss.
Yeah.
You can't, there's not really going to be a middle with this because I think it's either going to resonate to the right people or it won't. And if there's one thing that we do see 9 times out of 10 is when you take movies and gaming, the crossovers are generally really mismatched and they don't seem to get it right. So I'm a little bit concerned, but at the same time, as long as Arrowhead really pushing the narrative for what the lore actually is, I think that they should be okay.
Fans saying that a movie should follow the lore of the video game.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a brand new concept.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
First off, they're going to have a really good script. So it depends on who they get to write that. And they're going to have a really good director. And
who gets the humor?
Who gets the humor? They have to embrace the campiness and the attitude of this franchise.
Yeah.
If they don't, if they miss, if they go into some kind of like preachy thing where like,
propaganda
is bad, and they're going to have to embrace the fascism. Okay, that's just what they're going to have to do. I'm sorry, there's no other way to say that. Super Earth is,
we are the bad guys, and we kind of know it.
A little bit, but so is everybody else.
So is everybody
else. Okay. They got to embrace the camp. They got to embrace the humor. And if they don't, then we're in trouble, so.
Yeah, the humor is the biggest part, I think, for me.
But at the same time, they announced this thing yesterday here in Vegas at CES, which is, I wish I could go down there right now.
Shit, we should have went.
I know. But in this day and age, I feel like every other week, some studio announces some bullshit movie, and then they just do it to hype people up, to get some clicks in the social medias, and then you never hear about it ever again. This is what Disney does every day.
With Star Wars content.
With Star Wars content and Marvel content. And it's like, oh, we're going to get a Jabba the Hutt mother's movie. It's like, okay, woo,
great,
so, awesome.
Directed by the people who did freaking Snow White,
and it's gonna be co-starring the Power Rangers Vespa game from Mos Eisley. All right, yeah, let's go. So clickety click on the social medias, woo,
yeah,
and then 2 days from now, nobody's gonna talk about it.
It's gonna take, but honestly, if we know anything about movie production, it's gonna take at least 2 to 5 years realistically, if they want to do it right, it's going to take 2 to 5 years.
2027.
Yeah, we're talking 2030. Yeah, up there. It's going to be a ways away.
Yeah.
And personally, I think it can absolutely be a knockout hit. However, what I'm thinking is like, okay, of course, everybody's going to make the comparison to Starship Troopers. Everybody,
of course.
Everybody's going to make that comparison.
Yeah.
That was lightning in a bottle. And it was because of the camp and humor that the original book source material was like, yes, fascism is bad, but here's what it looks like if you're on the inside. And it's like this weird take on fascism and propaganda and all this stuff. They need to be able to translate that. And I don't know.
Means citizenship.
I don't know if there's a director out there who is in Hollywood working right now who can grasp that concept. That I feel like that humor is gone. That type of self-awareness when it comes to this kind of topic, they don't know how to do it. And that's what worries me. Is like,
well, I think
it'd be better off to have it in the hands of a fan.
These guys at Arrowhead have
they're on it. They get it.
And as long as they have some actual input into it and insist on a few things, I think they'll be okay. But I don't know what kind of control, if any, to be honest with you, they have. You know, it might just all be Sony saying, hey, you know, we have the rights to this and we're going to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit nervous about that.
We'll see. We'll keep you guys up to date. Obviously, if any other news comes up, either go to Cloud's channel or go to ours. We'll talk about it eventually.
I can't wait for all the social media posts about the Dream
casting.
Who's going to play General Brash? Who do you want to play General Brash for, Cloud?
See, I'm really on the spoke point of I don't want any of the Helldivers to take off any of their helmets.
Yeah.
I want it to be kept to that. I want it to be kept to that narrative. I don't know why, but that's just the way that my head kind of looks at it. You don't see any real characterization. Granted, when they're in the Super Destroyer and stuff, there's people knocking around, fair play. But as far as actual Helldivers, all I want, and if they can provide me with one iconic scene where Brash just does something crazy and iconic, I'm happy, man. I'm happy.
In that line of thought, I think it would have to be from General Brash's point of view as far as the narrative of the movie, because he's the only one that has an actual name. It's like the John Helldiver is just it's like everybody's John Helldiver.
Okay.
Everybody's Dutch Butters.
No.
But like I think if they were going to have a character that they were going to build a movie around, it would almost have to be General Brash. And almost make like a parody of like General Patton from World War II, basically.
Something.
Which is what he is to begin with.
They could either work it that way, or they could work it around a squadron of 4. And Brash just kind of comes in partway through the film or something. Do you know what I mean? Some sort of iconic move.
Or
the underdog play, per se.
Or we can get a really cool movie about the requisitions officer lady on our ship. And
this one's from the record book.
And how she had such a rough time joining the ranks as growing up.
That bitch talks shit about me every time I get on my ship.
I hate her.
She's just like, oh, that was a good run.
Oh, good job.
Good job.
You could have got more samples.
Sounds like you, bitch.
It's like, God damn.
I'm covered in blood. I'm sweating. I just pissed myself a little bit on the way out of the Pelican, and it's like, thanks, lady. Thanks for the morale boost.
Mediocre effort, Helldiver. Okay, good job.
Perfect. That's the humor that we need in the movie, though.
That's
that humor.
100%.
100%. All right, let's get back on topic then.
Are we going to have a guy with an eye patch or no eye patch over there by the map?
Oh yeah, what does your guy have an eye patch on your bridge?
I don't think so. I saw the meme about it. I saw it up on Reddit, and I was like, "Does he have an eye patch?" I don't think I ever went and checked.
My guy doesn't have one.
I think mine
yours does.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure yours does.
I don't remember.
It's weird. I love that everybody's a little bit different though.
Yeah.
All right, let's get on topic. What we want to see in the game in 2025 is a big topic. We got a mixed reaction throughout the year 2024 with the game. It was ups and downs. It was a roller coaster ride of great, amazing content, followed by absolute dog shit decision making, and then back to going to great decisions and great times. It was all over the place. I'm hoping that in 2025, Arrowhead has kind of their processes in line, ready to go. No more missteps. Let's just keep moving forward and making good content. We got a huge drop at the end of the year. We got the Illuminant, obviously. We got new biomes. We got the city landscape, the urban environments, all that stuff. War bonds, the first collaboration. A lot happened in like November, December.
Yeah.
What are we expecting? Cloud, I'll go start with you. What are we expecting in 2025? Is there anything that you've heard rumors of that you're really excited about, or is it pure speculation? What do you want to see them implement into the game?
So for me, I think just off the way everything's kind of panned out and the way that certain developers or higher tier management have spoken about things, I think weapon customization will probably end up being the next thing that comes in. Whether it's weapon and armor customization, I have no idea. They have a really weird way of putting their stuff across with social media, and you can kind of tell when it comes to a point where it's either getting close or it's the thing that they're working on now, because they almost go to this blind denial that they're doing anything about it. But it happens every time.
Yeah.
So when the Shriekers came into play, it was like, nope, bugs don't fly. And lo and behold, they were there. And then when it was with regards to the Illuminate, they said that they don't exist. And then Ping, they showed up as well. And at the moment, the big toying factor that Mr. Johan Peterstedt seems to be joking around with a lot of the time is with regards to the customization of weapons, almost to quite a high degree from what I gather as well. So I think for me, that will be such a fresh take as long as they do it correctly.
Yeah. What are the pitfalls with that though?
So I think there's kind of like numerous ways of being able to work it. So obviously I'm in contact with a few of the leakers in the scene, and they have seen two different aspects inside of the game files and such like that there is positive and negative at the same time. They've seen stuff like individual pieces such as drum magazines or silencers or things that look like they could be altered, like scopes. And then the other factor has been weapon variants. So almost like a duplicate of the exact same weapon, but this one will give you a gas explosion. And I'm kind of leaning on the fence of, if this isn't customization, then I don't know how the community will react to just having a variant weapon.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
We want to be able to like color our guns purple and give them some pink tiger stripes?
No.
That would be really cool. You know,
I will wholesale reject that.
Yeah.
See, that's what I don't want to see either. I don't want to see like weird color mixes and stuff like that. You know, like Call of Duty or whatever guns where they get all really goofy.
I don't know if because I've not heard anything about color palette changing for weapons and stuff like that at all. It's just solely been like attachment mode wise. Because I think that if you do give people the free reign to make their weapon a luminous pink with yellow polka dots, then you are going to end up with some really weird variations. So it's just going to completely shake up Helldivers overall.
So kind of so it's like, I'm thinking I'm going to do the Forever Winter. It was like, you know how we go in there and you can customize your AR or whatever.
Yeah.
Give it a different sight, give it a different, magazine, give it a different length barrel with a, whatever. Is that what we're talking about? That kind of stuff?
I would love to see something like, because they went out originally months and months ago. Pilot was like, well, we originally had the idea of like creating a military simulator type game, which is not what Helldivers 2 is. But if that's still the heart and soul of what they want to create, then a customization page where you can change barrel length which gives you a little bit higher accuracy or something like that, or change the sight to one that you actually prefer versus one that's on there already. The sickle is a prime example. Like the sickle's got a scope. It's very basic, just the red crosshairs. But if you could switch that out for something that's like maybe on the Diligence or something like that, and then you got that extra zoom, now all of a sudden your sickle is freaking badass. And it's like some people might not like that, but I do. So I'm going to have this scope.
How am I going to customize my recoilless?
That thing is God mode already, man.
I love that thing.
Put napalm in it, maybe. Like for those ones. See, now what I want to see is everybody's like, oh, I need something to use my samples on. I'm maxed out on samples, or I'm maxed out on rec slips or whatever. I want to see them like, okay, you can upgrade and or change this weapon that you use all the time to have certain bonuses to it, but it's limited use. So say, hey, you know what? This round, I want to buy some freaking napalm recoilless rifle ammo.
That'd be dope.
And only use it for maybe 3 or 4 missions, and I got to spend 100 freaking samples to do it. Okay, done. That, I think, would be a great balance point between being able to customize but not have it overwhelm the rest of the game. It's like, yes, you can do it, but at a cost.
What you're saying is something meaningful and useful to spend our samples on, and not instead of flushing them down the space toilet.
Yeah. exactly.
There's no cap rate then there, is there? Because you can't unlock all of like the scopes and unlock all of the mags and unlock all of. You've got a constant flow of the rec slips or the samples just consistently going out if you want to use those pieces. So actually, that's a really, really good idea. Economically, that works amazingly.
I hope Palstat's listening.
He's not.
I hope he's listening.
You'd be surprised.
He might be.
Well, look, Twinbeard did comment on one of our videos, and I was like, "That of all videos you watched, bro, that's the one you picked."
And then he quit.
But then he quit.
He immediately got fired or whatever. So.
Yeah, we're off limits.
Yeah.
Our Discord is made up of people who've been banned. We're a no go. We make silly skits where we make fun of them.
We're like the Discord of lost children.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
Weird.
Cloud, have you watched our stupid skits that we do with the voices, with the Norseman voices? Have you seen any of those?
No. So I'm going to be completely honest. Now, I'm like addicted to the podcast, but I haven't seen much of the content other than that. Although quite just recently, anyway, this last week, I've had an awful amount of your viewers coming in and say you should watch this.
Oh,
when is this happening? We've heard that you're collaborating with.
Oh,
with
nice.
these guys and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay,
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet, man. Awesome. I love our community.
There's probably a lot that I need to watch because they have got some high recommendations.
It's probably that fob hopper nuthead.
We got a couple spreadsheet guys. We call them our spreadsheet people. You know, the ones that analyze everything.
I go, your autism is showing hard. 10,000 word essays on, the usefulness of barrel length.
Yes.
Between an inch.
Dude, if they start doing customizations and weapons, you're going to see a whole new mess of meta builds and all that stuff. All right, Dutch, what's your number one thing that you want to see?
Well, I don't know if I don't really have these things listed out by numbers, but this really has nothing to do with the game at all. But with the popularity of the game, I feel like it's gaining popularity again. Okay, we're getting the movie stuff coming out, and with that, what I want to see is I'm a nerd. Okay, I like to spend my money on things. Okay, I want more merch and more collectible type stuff to be coming out. I want some action figures. I want some Funko Pops. I want some cool something to put on the wall.
That fucking thing that Sony got piloted, that statue.
I mean? That statue. Give me a 12-inch version of that thing.
That thing is so kick ass.
I'll spend $500 on that. It's incredible.
Made of?
No, what is it made of?
It's made of hard plastic.
Yeah,
I thought it was like brass.
Oh,
yeah, I did too. It's
like really heavy duty.
Yeah,
like
did they 3D print that thing?
They probably.
It's like,
they gave him a plastic statue. Oh, I thought it was like bronze. I was with you.
No,
but
I thought it was. I thought it was solid. And then he commented on somebody because somebody said, "What's it made of?" And he said, "Soft and hard plastic." I was
what?
Like, really?
So I do have an actual game related thing, but I do. Okay. I want more stuff to spend my money and my real money. I want to collect stuff. I'm a collector. I'm a nerd. I want something with like limited edition that they only made 1,000 of, so I can go on Discord and go, look what I got, nerds. So
an official helmet.
Yeah. Speaking of helmet, that's something I want to talk about because one of the things I want to see in the game is I want to see upgrades to our helmets. I want to see like heat sensors.
Oh, you want night vision and thermal vision, yeah.
Or I don't even know if it's possible.
With the game engine, I'm not sure.
With this game engine, I don't know exactly right. It's probably something for Helldivers 3. But I do want to see something like that with like little reticles inside your thing that you can like zoom in on or whatever.
In that line, like the planets that have the harsh fog systems and the sandstorms and the snowstorms, being able to go and be able to actually navigate through that would be a huge perk.
Right.
That'd be awesome. I don't know if
make it helmets though, or would you want them to build an extra category which is just like a helmet accessory, and you can switch those in and out?
Yeah, maybe just something like that. Make it expensive. Make it expensive. No, I'm serious because another thing that I have on my list. I'm sorry if I'm taking up too much time. I want things to spend samples on. I want things to grind for. I want things like this really cool upgrade for your rifle or for your helmet, but it needs to cost like 100,000 rare samples or something like that. Make it like super grindy. Because listen, I'm that guy who would grind for months for a stupid title back in my World of Warcraft days. Go kill 100,000 pirates that only spawn for 3 days a month in this one little beach area in the bottom of the continent. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know. So yeah, you know, I love that kind of stuff.
Saw you coming, didn't they?
Yeah, you know. So that's the kind of stuff. But you know, give us a reason to play, because we're playing right now just for fun.
Yeah,
you know, there's no reason to actually play or improve right now, because there's nothing really on our characters to grind for. You know what I'm saying? Because we have everything. Every war bond's bought. Everything is purchased. All the ship upgrades are there. Everything. You know. So
can I bring up a controversial topic real quick? I want to get, and I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot because I know the comments will be freaking wild, but the Superstore stuff with the latest collaboration with Killzone, people had real mixed reactions to how much things cost, and a lot of people were very upset, even to the point of doing negative Steam reviews about putting weapons in the Superstore. With a PvE game where you're not getting an uphand on anybody, having weapons and having specialized equipment in the super credit store as opposed to like a normal war bond or something that you can buy in the ship. What's your guys' take on Arrowhead moving forward with these collaborations? Do you think the Killzone was a bad step? Do you think they learned from that? What's Cloud? Give me your reaction to that.
So if I'm all up for controversial. I'm pretty much renowned for it at this point. I get called out every other week. But for me personally, I think that the community, and they're going to hate me for it, were a little bit borderline entitled with the response that they gave. I think when we compare what it is that Arrowhead had done with this cross collaboration to pretty much any other microtransaction game on the market, I think that we have got very, very comfortable with the fact that a 3-page, 4-page war bond costs $10 bucks, is it? Something like that?
$10.
Yep. You go onto any other game, there are games out there where you are buying a knife skin for $70+ Like, I just think it's crazy. Now, I did have the opinion of the weapon in the store, and I actually spoke to one of the community managers about it, because I did think that was tipping a table that you may not want to tip over. It's okay for now, because the weapons weren't overly great. They were okay for what they were, and the novelty of them was incredible. But it's okay now. But 6 months down the line, a year down the line, after X amount of buffs, nerfs, side turns, changes, ammo changes, can that have the potential to be the best weapon in the game at any given point? 100%. In which case, weapons probably shouldn't be in the store for that basis. Now, if you wanted to package all of that up and not make it a war bond, because it would have to be about 3 pages long, but for just the pieces that we saw in the store, and you just generated a Helldivers bundle, made it half the price of whatever, but you know, because they've got to make money. They're a business, and everything that we've had is completely free. So people kicked off about the Killzone stuff coming out and being so expensive, but the week before they received everything they'd asked for up until that point, including melee weapons and war bonds and the Illuminate and urban biome and vehicles, and I just kind of think you kind of got to weigh up what bites are we really wanting to pick, and do I mind paying an extra $6 for some cool pieces? No.
I bought that shit day one.
Yeah, you did.
The second I got the notification, the PC was up and the purchases were made.
Yeah.
And I was one of these guys like, $20.
Well, you never played. No. See, that's the thing, though. Is like,
but I do. I spend $10 on this game almost every single month.
You'd probably spend more money on different shit. Like, for me, I loved playing Killzone when I was growing up. So it was an automatic, oh, there's a Killzone thing going on, collaboration, dope, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But for you, you're like, I don't give a shit about Killzone.
Yeah.
But you would probably, like you said, the merch, the collectibles, the shit like that, you'd spend money on that. I'd be like, I'm not buying a freaking thing that's going to collect dust on my shelf. I don't need that shit.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
Like,
it looks cool.
Everybody's a little bit different. I do agree with you, Cloud. I think the reaction was strangely aggressive for what was actually happening. But it's funny when you say that. It's like, okay, yes, it was over. Maybe they overreacted a bit to the price of the collaboration. But then at the same point, because they did that, did we get the second half for free because of that? Or was that always the plan to get the second half for free?
No. So the second half became free because of the outrage on the first half, which is fine from a gamer's standpoint.
Yeah.
Now, if you want the game to survive, that is not fine. You don't have to. And what game does have a store where every player logs in and goes, oh, the store's refreshed, I'm going to buy everything? No, they go, that skin's really cool, I'm going to buy that one, or that weapon's really cool, I'm going to buy that one. For some reason, we seem to be in this weird circle for Helldivers where they want to own everything, and if they can't afford everything, then they're kicking off, because that's what we've systematically been brought to after the whole review bomb notice earlier last year. So I think it's a difficult one. I think for a game to survive, they have to have an income, and with Helldivers, the only incomes they get are from the Superstore and from war bonds. And when war bonds are $10, I mean, you do the maths. The games are not cheap to produce or otherwise. And the sales alone will only carry them so far.
Yeah. I don't mind spending $10 a month. I mean, I'm used to spending $15 a month on just a prescription to WoW, which I don't do anymore, so it's not that big a deal. But I do have a question. Do you think we as players, as whiny and crybaby as we are as a community, do you think we're a little bit entitled because all we do is keep on winning and pushing Arrowhead around, and they almost always capitulate to our crybaby crying? You know, because like they do, we win almost every single time that they do something crazy. We say, no, this isn't right, and we type and we cry and we moan, and then
we make podcast videos
about it, and then they capitulate. It's like, okay, well, you know, maybe we better give the second half of that stuff for free because, you know, that's good. You know, so we go, okay, cool. We got welfare stuff. By the way. Then we got welfare stuff, guys. And then we spent too much on the front half, but now we're going to get the free stuff on the back half. And, oh, that's a really cool piece of armor. And it's like, oh, you're wearing welfare armor. You know, that's what we're doing now. You know, but I'm just wondering, do they capitulate to us too much? Do you think that, you know, we're affecting their vision of the game?
Oh, we did that
because
long ago.
Because we
did that long ago,
with what
dude.
they wanted.
When they first came out with that nerf, like way back in May or June or something like that, where everybody was like,
I'm not really talking about the
well, that's stuff. Changing the game though.
Yeah,
our pushback changed how they wanted to make the game.
Every time they do something, like the DSS.
It's a pile of shit, though.
It is, but maybe that's how they designed it. And we're like, we don't like it, you know, so.
Well, there has to be. So you're going to add something.
Send it.
Company and community.
It's like, send it to the black hole. Nope. Send it to the gloom. We don't want it. Send it to the gloom. You know, that was just like.
I was one of those.
So were we. You know, so get rid of it. Giant toilet. Yeah. But I do feel like.
I'm not a consistent traitor. Leave me alone.
I do feel like the community. I feel like we're a little bit entitled at this point. I think they need to do something. And we all cry about it, and Pilestat tells us all to pound rocks.
Okay.
Because he has a vision. You know what I mean?
Again, I think there needs to be a happy medium.
Yeah.
I think that we need to probably pick our battles a little bit more and actually want to change things that genuinely matter. Like the balance of the weapons, that mattered. That needed to happen. Right. And it made the game incredible again. So I think it's just picking the battles further. Because at the same time, Arrowhead, as much as I enjoy them as a development team, if you were to leave them on their own accord, I don't know how long the game would last. But they have a good general direction. They just sometimes need to be funneled down a certain corridor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that they know what makes a good game, but I don't think that as a consumer, they know what their audience specifically enjoys, which is why a lot of the year has been up and then down and up and then down. They're trying to figure it out. They're still quite new to the game, aren't they? So,
yeah.
That tells me that they need to restructure their creative team. You know what I mean? So somebody's in Arrowhead, and they're the ones writing the narrative. They're the ones that are coming up with their fresh ideas and stuff. And I think they might have the wrong people. They need to come talk to us, you know, talk to people that are out there, you know, that are invested in this thing.
A long time. There are a lot of creators in this community, big, small, and or otherwise, that have got some incredible ideas, whether it's concept arts or the numbers. I don't know if you guys have ever spoke to Thick Fillet, but him with a calculator and a spreadsheet, it's like
the video that you made recently, I think it was probably 2 or 3 videos ago, where you were talking about the fan-made emojis.
Yeah,
they were great. They were so great. And I'm like,
more community, reach out to these content creators, reach out to these people that are modding your game to be, in some respects, better than what you designed it.
Yeah.
Like, reach out to those people. And I think that would be the best thing that they can do.
Yeah.
They may not necessarily have to be like, well, we want to work with you, we'll take you onto the payroll, but hear the people that are hearing everything. Like there'll be videos where I can easily pull in close to 1,000 comments, and I'm reading them all, and I'm like, they're not listening to this because this is all the same.
Yeah,
it does confuse me a lot. I do think that I like it for. Don't get me wrong, I like it because I'm a creator, so I like it when a company will work with the creators on these things. But I think that it's like having that bridge, which is why I liked Twinbeard so much.
Yeah,
because he was
so
he
vibed well. I agree.
He did great. I really liked him.
Yeah. You guys brought up something with that I want to see is they promised it early or late in the summer, back when they did the escalation of freedom. Is the response to that was they wanted to set up some kind of a testing beta system for players to go in, test new items, and then give them feedback before they roll it out publicly.
Test realm.
Yeah, I 100% do that.
Yeah.
You will have thousands upon thousands of players more than happy to go in, test some new concepts, sign a freaking NDA so they don't make YouTube videos about it, and then tell you, hey, this is really cool, this aspect of it, but this XYZ over here makes the game not fun. Change that and put this, and then release it publicly, and you're golden. That is gotta be something that they roll out in 2025. Has to be.
Well, apparently they already have this, but it's by invitation only.
Am I just not in the cool kids club?
No, you're not in the cool kids club.
This is what confuses me though, because like, what's the criteria for the invitation?
Right.
Because like,
you must work for Arrowhead.
I have nothing on it. I just know that it exists.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like
how do I get invited to the to the
Bohemian
like Grove
website?
Yeah. It doesn't bother me though, because I don't like to be a beta tester.
You don't like doing the shit for free.
I don't want to be no beta tester for and not get paid for it.
Sure.
It's like, no,
I get that. But if I, once a week, if I log in and they're like, hey, can you test this thing? I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, once a week, that'll be like a stream. It's like, I'm going to go stream this beta. It's like, I'm not supposed to be on
so getting sued.
I'm not going to ever do that. But
all right. Do we have anything else that you guys wanted to, what's the other thing on your list? Because I know you had like 4 or 5
I got a
things
couple things. They're just standard things. Like I want the platoons to be in the game.
Oh, that'd be such a great
I want to see that. And like I said earlier, more achievements. Give us a reason to grind. That's what I want.
So I'd love to, Clouds, what's your take on platoons and expanding the squad to over 4 people? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it will change the game too much?
I think expanding the squad beyond 4 people, I don't think that the memory inside of the game can physically handle that, as far as I know, based on just passing comments. They've never put out some solid confirmation. They said that it's something that they want to do in the future, but as of right now, the game just wouldn't stance on it. As far as platoons go, we know that pretty much a lot of it is already there, as far as what's behind the golden door per se. And I think that would massively change the game. There's a couple of Discord channels that you can jump into now that have got pre-made platoons. Like I think one of them that I'm in has quite literally got about 40 individual platoon teams that are preset, and there are thousands of people in there. And I think it's crazy that you don't already have that. And if you've not already got that, that's fine, because it wasn't in your development plan, but it's there in front of you. Like, they all talk about it all over Twitter. There are Discord channels, there are accounts all over the place. And I think if you brought that into play, I think that would be an absolutely incredible move. But the problem is, again, is with the gaming community, is they'd go, okay, well, we've got platoons. So what can we do with our platoon? Have we got any special platoon missions that we can do with our platoon? Do we not get any platoon stratagems that we can? And it would just, you can never really keep them happy. I think that's probably the biggest issue. But I think that introducing platoons would bring in that sense of community that Helldivers, as an overall community, really endorses quite heavily. Yeah, you've got the Chaos Divers, you've got the Creekers. So like, there's just so many different people inside of the community. Why not give them a place to just vibe?
Get those salt divers.
Those goddamn salt divers.
Yeah. It's like he was saying. I look at our Discord, right, and it's basically made up of a couple different platoons. There's the A-team guys. That's the guys that we always play with, and you always look in our Discord audio channels.
Oh, they're always cool.
And we always have 3 or 4 different groups of like probably 8 to 10 people that are always playing together. So I'm gonna go down to Chat Bravo. Let's go. And it's like, and I think it's like our Discord's already a pre-made platoon already there.
It's low-hanging fruit for Arrowhead to just be like, here's the in-game application to what you're already doing. as far as like perks and stuff like that, I don't know if it's a wise idea to go down that road. But what I would say is probably maybe customizable icons next to your name.
Yeah,
would be the easiest way to give them something. It's like, hey, I'm part of this platoon. That's why my icon has the shark with a blue eye on it, because I'm the blue-eyed shark guy. Like, oh, okay, cool, great, awesome. That's really all I would be looking for.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to start a salty nerd platoon, it would just be our skull with the red and blue eyes.
Something we could put on the back of a cape or something.
Yeah, on like customizable capes would be fucking dope.
Customizable capes. There you go.
Holy shit. Yes, please. Yeah, I would love anything customizable that doesn't change the gameplay and the way the game is designed. I'm all for. Like if I can go and I can upload a new skin for my Pelican that's unique to me, fucking do it.
Yeah,
it's not gonna hurt anybody. That's cool as shit. And if I'm the leader, the host of the squad, and I'm playing with randoms, and they look at my ship and they're like, "Oh shit, that's freaking cool." Yeah. That I think is a no harm, no foul, amazing way of giving players something to kind of like.
It's like, oh my god, why is his drop pod hot pink?
Well, no, maybe not that though. I don't know. I take back what I said. I'm gonna reel that back a little bit.
Yikes!
I was thinking like World War II bomber, you know, with like a pinup girl on the side or something.
Zazzy.
Shit! Bad idea. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. There's obviously pitfalls to doing this live or unscripted. I'm jealous of the guys who make scripted YouTube content because I'm like, I say some stupid ass shit sometimes when I'm sitting in here
all the time
drinking with
what I do. I'm stupid. It's fine. It's all good.
You guys have it made. We just write the script to make sure I don't
script.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
I don't script at all.
No,
I much prefer it off. No, I much prefer it off the cuff.
Oh man, you're so smooth at that. Then
I have the top, and to be fair, right, and I'm not going to toot my own horn. Every single video this last year, one take, every single.
Wow.
Solely because I like it to be. It's YouTube. Like it is. I like to give it that news representation concept, blah blah. But realistically, I'm a guy in a game room with my PC.
Yeah,
like, I want it to be as authentic as possible.
Sure,
So I'll report all the stuff, but my opinions are my own, and if people don't like it, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
but YouTube's opinion based, man. That's what it's been.
Well, I apologize. I thought you scripted your stuff, but well done, man.
I mean, that's a compliment. Don't apologize. I'll take that.
I thought for sure. I'm like, he's got to write this shit down. I can't remember this much. No. You do 20-minute videos and there's just like no cuts. Like, holy shit.
I am impressed.
I'll run with it. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. There was something, it popped into my head when you guys were talking, and I'm like, oh, that would be a great thing. Oh, okay. So I've been beating the drum of this. There was a comment on our last video about when I was talking about how much I enjoyed the storyline of Meridia and the black hole, and that hole from the towers to the implosion of the planet. That was peak Helldivers 2. More of that. Give us that at least once a quarter. Once every 3 months, give us a
story plot.
A dope ass story plot that has repercussions for the future. I don't think it's realistic to say that they can recreate the Malevolon Creep type stuff, because that's more of that's player created stuff. But the storylines like Meridia and what they tried to do with a couple of different instances in the game, and I could tell they were trying to do it, but it just didn't have that staying power like Meridia did. I hire somebody who's a professional freaking sci-fi writer and just be like, here, just write us a story that we can create in the game and have some lasting effects. I know they did the rescue the children thing, which is
we need more. We need to rescue more orphans.
That was but that like the idea. The thing that I like with Helldivers is that they just literally drop it on your head last second.
Cloud, you would not believe these two. You would not believe how much grief I personally took when I said, "Give me those tank mines. Screw those kids. Give me those tank mines." It's like, and they're all like, "Oh God, Dutch, don't you have any heart at all? You mean bastard, you." And I'm like, "No, give me those mines. I don't care about the stupid kids. What good are they?"
Hilarious. I just got the image of your face when he posted up the tweet of the charity donation, and you go,
"Oh, good." You know, it's like, okay, I can do they could have done that anyway. You know, this is
it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I think if, like you said, if every quarter they did that sort of thing, I think that the Helldivers community carry the rest of the weight. The Malevolon Creek stuff, that was all community based. Like there there's been so many different styles of Level on Creek that we've just generated via Reddit, and it's just ran with it.
Yeah.
But like more things like the TCS, where we had to build it up and then it went wrong, and then we had to knock it all down again, and then there was dark fluid, and like it just. I think if they gave us like specific missions that were, I don't want to say limited time events, but technically they kind of are.
Yeah, yeah. By design, they would be.
Never came back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a few of those per year would be great, because I reckon the community can carry the rest of the weight.
For sure.
They don't need to write a story for them. So.
And I think I've talked about this before, but I'd love to get your take on it. I want to see the possible implementation of some Black Ops missions that are specific to your crew or whatever. If you go planet side and you pick up a piece of intel, which I know there was leaks about this and there was mention of it, but it was I take leaks with a giant grain of salt. I'm like, okay, it's probably 50% bullshit. But they were like, yeah, you can pick up the specific high value item on planet, and if you extract with it, it opens up, say, just for a shot in the dark, it opens up a planet that should be in the gloom, right? Because we can't access any of that shit. But if you go planet side, say wherever, it doesn't matter. You go planet side, you pick up this one item, it's a specialized item, you extract with it, you get a new updated mission only for your crew because you just did this one mission, limited time, one mission, go to the gloom, go to this planet, and collect some weird ass new mutated bug and bring it back. And that's like just one-off mission. It's crazy. You go into the gloom and it's just it's like Meridia 2.0, you know, where the whole planet's just a giant bug nest.
Yeah.
Weird special shit like that. Same with on Illuminant. Do the same thing. You know, you can mix and match with the enemy type. But
we've barely talked about the Illuminant today. In fact, we haven't at all. We've only gotten half the units that we're going to see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's why. I mean, that's why 10s on Illuminant side.
It's just a 6.
It's a 6. Yeah. They don't feel super hard or anything to me.
Wait until they find out what you're doing to their saucers, though.
Oh,
we're cover the news. I'm not good at gameplay. So as soon as they drop them harder enemy sorts, I'm screwed. Right now, I can solo a 10 on the Illuminate without breaking a sweat. As soon as they bring up those heavy duty, we're all screwed.
Yeah, I want to see them because I've gotten like this weird new fever of this game. I like to do the hard stuff now. It's crazy.
It is weird to see you do that.
Yeah, but you know, right now they're kind of a joke. The Illuminate are, you know, we're making freaking giant castle walls out of their saucers on the Helm's Deep missions.
Have you done the Helm's Deep missions, Cloud, where you just stack the saucers up? Yeah,
it's so fun.
Yeah, with an 80 emplacement.
You know, you get three of us. You get 3 of us on those things, and there's just no. It's
game over, man.
Yeah, they don't even land a body on the ground.
They're gonna fix that shit. You guys have ruined it. You guys have ruined it.
They're gonna nerf the AT emplacements.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Or they're just gonna. I think, and my fix for that, it would be non-invasive to the player base. Is just okay. They don't come in on flying saucers anymore. Now they spawn just off the horizon and they march towards you.
Oh, like on Hoth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or they could just, or instead of nerfing the tank cannons, they could buff their shields a little bit.
Yeah, make the shields of the dropships a little heavier.
Like,
but
because you know that's what would be like. It's like, you know, you're in an Illuminate high command and you're going, those Helldivers got really strong cannons. maybe we should do something to improve our shields a little bit. That makes complete sense. More on top. Yeah. It's like, wow, look at that wall around that base. It's made out of our saucers.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're sitting at about 50 minutes on the podcast. Let's do this one last round. Give me your last thing that you want to see in 2025. Cloud, I'll start with you.
The last thing that I want to see.
What's your pipe dream for like the end of the year? Like give them all year to do it. What's the biggest ticket item?
Dream for the end of the year?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
I want cross-faction planets.
Oh, yeah.
Cross-faction planets. So like where the defining line is like there's, I don't know, so you've got a sector in the middle and the Terminators are going for it, but so are the automatons, and they want that space. And if you land on there, it's 50% automaton, 50% Terminid, and the Helldivers are in trying to fight through a 3-way war. Whoa. I think that would be incredible. Now,
that would be cool.
I do know that right now there is, because they've tried it, there is a big issue with memory leak, but he's already said it's not off the table. It's just right this second, they can't achieve it. So if we're talking a year down the line, I would love to see a cross-faction planet where it's like, that would be amazing. A 3-way war, that is literally the full embodiment of Helldivers. That is chaos in a tin.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'd love that. That'd be one of the
It'd be like fighting in no man's land in like World War I, where you're trying to work away across the thing.
Imagine fighting a bunch of Illuminates and all of a sudden a puppy gets dropped in the middle of the fight and a bunch of automatons comes like, oh, God. Yeah. So yeah.
That'd be glorious.
That'd be awesome.
That would be dope.
I want it. Bring it on. Let's go.
All right, Dutch, what's your big ticket item for the end of the year?
I don't know, but I've been dreaming about some weird, crazy things. Imagine this now. You're in space, in orbit.
Okay.
An Illuminate mothership comes in. And all of a sudden, we have to take our ships and we have to like board the Illuminate mothership.
Whoa.
And take and fight to the bridge and take over the ship. How about that? Like ship to ship battles, ship inside the ship, kind of like a corner to go around the corner. Fights, I'm picturing like Star Wars where they're fighting on the Death Star kind of stuff.
That would be cool.
Be pretty cool. That's basically a new biome, basically.
They'd have to be specialized. Yeah. I like what you're thinking.
Something like that. I think that'd be kind of fun. I can't really think of anything else. I think the cross faction fights would be
dope.
So much fun.
But only the last 5% of a planet liberation was on the dropships. You've cleared the planet. Now you just have to stop them from re-landing.
Ooh.
That would be crazy.
That'd be cool. My pipe dream is I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I want a bunker buster mission.
Yeah.
I want you to be forced to split your squad, 2-man, 2-man. 2 guys guard the door as waves of enemies try to get in. 2 guys get into the bunker, set the bomb, and get out without getting killed. Because if you get killed, you have to be reinforced outside the bunker again and go back. That mission to me seems super simple to make. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a coder. I don't know. But I'm like, I think we already kind of do it with the buddy bunkers, with the door. You have to open it. Just make that 10 times as big. And then there was something else that I just thought of, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool too. But mostly it's like the underground missions that we've always talked about, where like you're forced to go into an underground base. You can't call stratagems down. You have limited reinforcements because you have to reinforce outside. And you just work your way down into this tunnel thing.
It's like, so recently, a couple of weeks ago, we had MO where we were literally trying to liberate the mines, the salt mines.
The salt
remember
mines.
remember
the Salt Divers episode.
But to liberate the salt mines, we had to just do our standard launch a nuke, rescue the civilians, drill or freaking get a sample. It's like, okay, it's like you guys got to like give us some missions that maybe have something to do with the MO, like we did with the black fluid,
the Meridia thing,
the Meridia types kind of stuff. Even if it's a buggy piece of shit, like when all the screechers or whatever were like swarming us 1,000 to 1 at the end of of those missions.
They overspawned.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, we'll figure it out. We'll get through there.
We'll do it.
That actually made it more fun at the end. But
Helldivers are notoriously gluttons for punishment.
Yes,
like we love the stupid chaos. And like there was people like, this mission's impossible. If you put on a level 10, the bugs spawn right underneath you. We fucking did level 10s.
Right. So maybe missions that actually have something to do with the
story,
with the MO that we're on.
I dig it.
Instead of just doing the same things over and over.
On the screen to do with the story would be enough. For
me. For sure.
I enjoy reading as much as the next guy, but like sometimes I just want to be like, what, we've got to save the CF troopers? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's go and save them.
Yeah,
and then doing normal missions and then being like, well done, Helldivers. You saved all the CF troopers. But I didn't see a single one.
Didn't see a single one.
What do you mean?
I didn't see any orphans.
Yeah, no orphans. No orphans were saved.
I feel like
but man, I got a lot of
sticking orphan kids on a war base. But yeah, sure.
I got a lot of drill samples saving those orphans. But
all right on, guys.
You know what? Didn't get mines.
No mines.
No, I don't even want them.
They're gonna give them to us anyway, guys. So it doesn't matter. Just wait a couple weeks. So is that it? Shit. Are we good?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I just my SD card is giving me a warning that it's full. So I gotta take care of that. I got 4 minutes. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. And make sure to join us on Discord. Go to saltynerd.discord.com and join the ever-growing community. And Cloud, please shout out your own stuff and make sure people know where to find you. I'm sure you're a much bigger channel than we are, but just in case somebody from our channel doesn't know who you are, please let them know where they can find you.
head over to any platform and just type in CloudPlays. You'll find me one way or another. But.
Right on. Do you have any big plans coming up for content?
At the moment, I'm trying to focus this year around collaborations, like with yourselves, and trying to venture into the community a lot more. Do have another channel going up, but it's going to be separate to the Helldivers stuff, and trying to bring a little bit more personality to the mix. But yeah, we'll see how the year goes.
Good deal.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the show. Do appreciate it. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. See you next time. Stay solid.